everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. It's DIY by Tana. Thank you for stopping by. So today we'll be talking about how you can improve your chess openings without going through the book. You know how you try to play out your openings by studying a book. You have your chess boards, this rigorous method of trying to set the game, go back and forth on the board. How you can actually do it faster by not going through this. Most of us are busy, most of us love the game of chess, but that's not what puts food on our table. So we don't give it much time as we ordinarily would love to, because this takes a lot of our time. So today we'll be showing you a faster and easier method to do that. Happens to be that my husband is actually a chess player, so he will be the one taking us on this topic. So it promised to be very impactful and entertaining as well. Let's go, come along with me so we will show you how to bypass this way of improving your openings and go to a more easier way. Before I go on, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please, we're pleading you hit the subscribe button. Try to encourage us, try to share our videos and like our videos to your friends, to your family. And also for those people who have been with us, who have been supporting us, we are grateful and we are thank you so much. So let's go on.
Hello everyone, and welcome again to DIY by Tana. This is our hobby speaking, and today I have the pleasure of sharing a few tips on how you can improve your chess openings online quickly over time without the use of chess books. Be you a beginner, be you an amateur, even a master strength player, I believe this video will be of benefit to you. And luckily we're in an age of chess computers, so that will be of a very big help with our demonstration today. Also, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to be using the Chess app. It's an online chess app for those of you that don't know it. And there are a lot of good chess apps out there like chess.com. And I must admit that chess.com actually has a larger database than Chess, because it was in place before Chess, and on the average you actually encounter much stronger play in chess.com than Chess. But Chess has the advantage over chess.com with regards to the kind of network you need to be able to play, without too much lag. For you to play on chess.com, you actually need a very good and strong network, so you don't have too much lag, especially when playing shorter time controls like blitz and bullets. But on Chess, even if your network isn't that great, you compared to chess.com, your lag will be much better. You can still play some blitz and not be so worried about lag and so on and so forth. So for those of you who don't have the Chess app, I urge you to please go to Play Store, type Chess and download the app and register and get yourself going. So I'll be logging on to my Chess. I'll log out and log back onto my Chess app so that my demonstration will be very much easy for everyone to understand and follow through. So I'm logging on to my Chess app. Alright, so this is about how it comes out, and this is your home page. So if you click on the three lines up there above, you see your handle name. Your handle, mine is XTO Chess. You see your home. So what we're interested in is you press the downward arrow, takes you to your games. So you see a record of all, let's give it a few seconds. You see a record of all the games you've played previously. Any game you play, it's always stored there, so you can always access your games via that. So let's go to the first game for the purpose of our demonstration. So what we need to want to go to the analysis board. This is a game that's been completed, but we want to go to analysis board. There are two ways to do that. The first way is if you click on the first four lines, you see here an export analysis, new opponent. So you click on analysis and it takes you to the analysis board. So and the other way to do it, let me go back. The fourth symbol The fourth symbol, that's the analysis symbol. So you click on that and it takes you directly to the analysis board. So what we want to do now, we want to put on the chess engine so it can help us to evaluate the game. Is the chess engine we're going to basically be using to do our demonstration, and that's what's going to help you to improve quickly over time on your opponents. So if you go to below, there are a lot of symbols there. The second symbol is the setting symbol, setting. So click on that. You see toggle local evaluation, best move arrow, show hide comments, with analysis, and so on. So put them all on. Toggle local evaluation on, best move arrow on, show hide comments, with analysis, multiple lines 5/5, CPUs 3/3, memory 112/112. Alright, so just click any part of the board and you go back. So you'll notice now you can see some arrows upstairs showing. So it shows that the engine is evaluating the game, even though this particular game is over. So I want to point out that also the lead chess uses a stockfish engine. It's a chess engine, and one of the very strong ones. It's an engine that beats and can beat grandmasters. So you're covered as far as the strength of the engine is concerned. So the first thing I want to point out before we go on with our demonstration is the need to review your games. I can't stress the importance of that. If you must improve in your chess games, you need to form the habit of reviewing your games. If you don't review your games, I can bet you make very, very little progress in your chess growth. I've seen players who've been playing for years, and yet the difference in their strength is minimal, or you could say negligible. Why? Because they don't review most of their games. You see people playing same lines over and over again, and yet some players still get better of them in a line they've been playing for years. So it tells you that they've not been reviewing the games as often as they should, or they've not made as much progress as they should in their play. So it's very important you form the habit of reviewing your games. Whenever you finish a game, take the time, even if it's maybe play a couple of games, okay, but make sure once in a while you go back to review your games. I see players playing for hours. Maybe you tell them, hey, you need to try and work on your chess to improve on your game, and they be like, I don't have the time. But you see them playing our chess for like 2, 3, 4 hours. These are players who, maybe if they could give a fraction of this time to review their games, it will make a significant difference to them. Even if it's just 30 minutes, 1 hour, or thereabouts, just to review your games. Believe me, the benefits can be oversized. So please, that's the first thing I want to point out. You need to review your games. Alright, so before I go on with the demonstration, I need to point out something. Right now, at the board now, below my handle name X Theodore, there's a symbol there. Right now it's saying minus 2.7. So that's called the evaluation. And I need to point out something about that before we go on. It's very, very important because it's critical in your analysis. This is what the engine uses to analyze games. So usually if it's saying minus, it's in the favor of black. If it's plus, it's in the favor of white. So usually from 0.0 to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and also maybe a bit into 0.6, the engine evaluates the game as about equal. Even though the color bit, minus for black, plus for white, has a slight edge, but you see evaluates it as about equal. So meaning that with accurate play, both sides, the game should likely end in a draw with accurate play. So the idea is that you need to try and keep your evaluation as you're, making your move, or suggestions or variations, assessing variations. You need to make sure it keeps, between at least 0 to 0.5, 0.6 at most. Anything more than that, once it gets to 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, then the color that has the advantage has a significant advantage. In fact, it's a winning advantage as long as the person can play it out. So, but of course, chess is a crazy game, and evaluation could be in favor of one color, and one wrong move could turn the tables, and you give the advantage back to your opponent. So we need to keep that in mind. So let me go on with our demonstration. So like I said, well, basically I'm just talking about the openings for now, how to improve on the openings. Chess is divided into three sections. We have the openings, we have the middle game, and we have the end game. But of course, you need to be able to get through the openings for it even to make it to the middle game and end game. But a lot of players, you see them even in the openings, they've already lost the game, or the opponent has an overwhelming advantage, and maybe they even resign. So usually the opening is about between 0 to 15, 20 moves. About that's what's classified as the openings. So, but of course, some games already lost between them, between by 15 moves, by 20 moves, some games already over, or the advantage is overwhelming for one person and the other person has to resign. So the idea is to work on your opponents, try and improve on your opponents so that at least you give yourself a fighting chance. You don't lose out in the opening, because sometimes a lot of players have about the same strength. Their strength is, close to one another. So what just differentiates them is that this one has, a bit more knowledge, or is a bit more versed in this particular opponent than the other one. So as much as possible, you need to try and improve on your opening repertoire, expand on the openings and how how to play them, and how to at times deviate as is necessary. So, and the good thing with chess is that some of us will play chess for a lot of minutes, hours online. You meet a lot of players, all sorts of players. You meet all sorts of different lines, different variations, some you never met before. Some of them you're able to regular out of it. Some of them maybe you lose, some of them you draw or draw about, but it's always good you go back to review such games so that in case you meet the opening again, you don't fall for it, or at least you have a better response and you can face it better. So that's just that's the one of the idea you need to keep in mind. So let's go on with our evaluation. So right now the evaluation is saying 0.4. Of course, no piece has moved, so let's just neglect that for that. So this game went on e4, e5. You can see the different arrows now. So the thicker arrows is the much more recommended move by the computer, while the other arrows, the less the thicker, the less recommended, but of course still playable. So at least if you look at this, I think it's recommending knight to f3. The second one is recommending is a3. So, and so on and so forth. Bishop to c4, knight to c3. These are recommended moves, but the more you stick to the thicker arrows, the better the evaluation for you. So let's just go on with the game, at least maybe like move 15, 20, so you get what I mean. So right, we go knight c3, knight c6, a3. You can see the arrows changing, suggesting moves. Knight f6, bishop c4, bishop e7, bishop a2, castles, d3, d6, h3, bishop e6. So now, for example, let me just point out something now. Okay, you can see the various moves it's suggesting for whites. It's suggesting knight to d5, it's suggesting bishop takes bishop, knight to f3. So, but for example, now let's say white plays something different. The evaluation is 0.2. Let's say white plays maybe something different now that is not among these hours. Let's just say you now play b4. You can see now the evaluation has changed. The evaluation is now saying minus 1.1. So black now has a winning edge. White has a winning advantage. You understand? So you can see just a single move. Let me go back again. It was 0.2 at this point. It was 0.2, but now white now decided to play b4. And you can see the evaluation, okay, is 0.8, but it's a winning, a winning edge. So the point is that you need to, as you practice your opponents, you look at various variations, because now I've deviated. This is not the game I played before. You can see it, and before as a bracket there, move 8 before I deviated. So you can explore further. You can explore further. Okay, maybe now the computer is saying bishop takes bishop. You understand? Rook takes bishop. Computer suggests best to play d5. You understand? You can see the evaluation is changing. So now the point is that with this you can explore the various variations. You understand? You can still as well go back to the initial point, like we stopped at move 8 bishop b1. You go back there and we can continue with the initial game. You understand? You can go on with the initial game. And so let's just go to move 20. Look at move 15. The evaluation is minus 2.2. You can see at move 15 already in this game already have the edge as black. Minus 2.4 is quite a large, winning advantage. As long as you can play it out and don't, make any huge blunders, black should win this game. I imagine this is just move 15. So the point is, you need to practice your openings. Learn your move suggestions from the computer, the various suggestions. Computer has various ways, it assesses. At times you might not be able to play its best move because, it's a computer, it doesn't have feelings. It can calculate the value deep, and maybe some, you might see a move, you're a bit scared of some stuff, but the computer has calculated that, there's nothing to worry about in the long run. But so at times, we just play the human-like move. So it might be maybe the second or third, best recommended move by the computer. So but the point is, at least learn your opponents, learn various variations, so that at least between 15 to 20 moves you are still at par with your opponent. At least it's still within 0.0 to at least 0.6 at worst. At least you've scaled through the opening, without a disadvantage, or without your opponent having a winning edge over you. So that's basically it. So, but the things, like I said, you need to form the habit and discipline yourself to review your games. If you don't review your games, you won't make much progress. It's very important. I see great players, strong players who play lines they've been playing for years. And you expect them to be very well versed in that lines, but people bring out preparations for them within their lines, and they lose such games. Just because they are not well prepared. So it's good to review your games. It's good, at least some people play bullet games, they play thousands of games. You understand? So all those avenues whereby you encounter various kinds of variations in which you can assess, improve on as is necessary, and generally improve your game. That's what chess is all about. It's all about improving your game from time to time. But if you don't review your games, you will not be able to do that. So I think this is basically what I want to point out. With this, you should know how to review your games, and even just your opponents. The computer can enable you to assess your games. Even the middle game, the end games, points out what you should have played, the best moves. At times we play games and you're winning the game, but all of a sudden everything went wrong, or maybe eventually you drew the game or you lost the game. So the computer can help you pinpoint where exactly you went wrong. And the more you begin to work with the computer, you begin to notice some patterns. It gives you a better idea on how to plan your games, give you an idea of how to progress when you're in certain positions, even in the middle game. So it generally helps your game, and by the time you become very versed in some particular variations, people hardly, once your opponent makes an inferior move, or you sense it immediately and you begin to take advantage. And so the more you practice, the better you get. And hardly, at least you get some points in some particular opponents variations, your opponents will hardly have the edge over you from the opening. Maybe they might get it by a blunder of yours in the middle game or in end game or thereabout. So but that's the idea. So please, let's learn to review our games. And for the purpose of this demonstration, like I said, I use Lichess, the other chess apps, but Lichess is, at least it's quite friendly, and a lot of people use it quite often these days. So thank you for your time. I think that's the much I have to share today. And please feel free to drop off your comments in the comment box. If there are other parts of the games you feel or you would like us to help you improve on, we'll gladly do that. I believe I still have a lot to offer as far as the game of chess is concerned, with regards to positional play, middle games, end games, and so on and so forth. So we're here to help as far as you are willing to oblige us. So once again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. And please, if you found this video somewhat helpful one way or the other, please assist us by subscribing if you already haven't done that. It will really make a difference for us. So thank you once again for your time, and I wish you all the best in your chess career. And please stay tuned to our channel. You'll be getting other videos on how to improve on your chess. So thank you and do have a nice day. Bye.